Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Bring, lead, are forced to abandon a wrong or evil course of life, conduct, and adopt a right one. The church reformed me. Change for the better. The lazy student promised to reform. A campaign aimed to correct abuses or malpractices. The reforms he proposed were too radical for the politicians. A change for the better as a result of correcting abuses. Justice was for sale before the reform of the law courts. Break up the molecules of. Reform oil. Improve by alteration or correction of errors or defects and put into a better condition. Reform the health system in this country. Make changes for improvement in order to remove abuse and injustices. Reform a political system. Produce by cracking. Reform gas. Self-improvement in behavior or morals by abandoning some vice. The family rejoiced in the drunkard's reform. Bring, lead, are forced to abandon a wrong or evil course of life, conduct, and adopt a right one. Overcome the wildness of. Make docile and tractable. Reclaim falcons. Claim back. Reuse, materials from waste products. Make useful again. Transform from a useless or uncultivated state. The people reclaimed the marshes. Make right or correct. Rectify the calculation. Bring, lead, are forced to abandon a wrong or evil course of life, conduct, and adopt a right one. Set straight or right. Rectify the inequities in salaries. Reduce to a fine, unmixed, or pure state. Separate from extraneous matter or cleanse from impurities. Convert into direct current. Rectify alternating current. Math. Determine the length of. Rectify a curve. Bring, lead, are forced to abandon a wrong or evil course of life, conduct, and adopt a right one. Restore strength. Return to life. Get or give new life or energy. Re-establish on a new, usually improved, basis or make new or like new. Amplify, an electron current, by causing part of the power in the output circuit to act upon the input circuit. Be formed or shaped anew. Form or produce anew. Regenerate hatred. Reformed spiritually or morally. A regenerate sinner. Replace, tissue or a body part, through the formation of new tissue. The snake regenerated its tail. Undergo regeneration. Change for the better. Put, things or places, in order. Make free from confusion or ambiguity. Make clear. Make straight. Change for the better. Settle or put right. Extricate from entanglement. Insert words into texts, often falsifying it thereby. Cause to change. Make different. Cause a transformation. The advent of the automobile may have altered the growth pattern of the city. Become different in some particular way, without permanently losing one's or its former characteristics or essence. Remove the ovaries of. Make an alteration to. This dress needs to be altered. Cause to change. Make different. Cause a transformation. Add a modifier to a constituent. Make less severe or harsh or extreme. Please modify this letter to make it more polite. Lay aside, abandon, or leave for another. The car changed lanes. Cause to change. Make different. Cause a transformation. The discussion has changed my thinking about the issue. Exchange or replace with another, usually of the same kind or category. He changed his name. An event that occurs when something passes from one state or phase to another. The change was intended to increase sales. Become different in some particular way, without permanently losing one's or its former characteristics or essence. Her mood changes in accordance with the weather. Give to, and receive from, one another. Would you change places with me? Become deeper in tone. His voice began to change when he was 12 years old. Change from one vehicle or transportation line to another. She changed in Chicago on her way to the East Coast. A difference that is usually pleasant. It is a refreshing change to meet a woman mechanic. A different or fresh set of clothes. She brought a change in her overnight bag. A relational difference between states, especially between states before and after some event. He attributed the change to their marriage. A thing that is different. He inspected several changes before selecting one. Change clothes. Put on different clothes. Coins of small denomination regarded collectively. He had a pocketful of change. Money received in return for its equivalent in a larger denomination or a different currency. He got change for a 20 and used it to pay the taxi driver. Remove or replace the coverings of. Father had to learn how to change the baby. The action of changing something. The change of government had no impact on the economy. The balance of money received when the amount you tender is greater than the amount due. I paid with a 20 and pocketed the change. The result of alteration or modification. There were marked changes in the lining of the lungs. Undergo a change. Become different in essence, losing one's or its original nature. She changed completely as she grew older. Get better. To make better. Get better. To make better. Comparative and superlative of well, wiser or more advantageous and hence advisable. It would be better to speak to him. From a position of superiority or authority. I know better. Surpass in excellence. She bettered her own record. Get better. Someone who bets. To make better. A superior person having claim to precedence. The common man has been kept in his place by his betters. Comparative of good, changed for the better in health or fitness. Her health is better now. Comparative of good, superior to another, of the same class or set or kind, in excellence or quality or desirability or suitability, more highly skilled than another. You're a better man than I am, Gunja Din. More than half. Argued for the better part of an hour. Something superior in quality or condition or effect. A change for the better. The superior one of two alternatives. Chose the better of the two. Get better. The weather improved toward evening. To make better. The editor improved the manuscript with his changes. The act of changing location from one place to another. The movement of people from the farms to the cities. A euphemism for defecation. He had a bowel movement. A group of people with a common ideology who try together to achieve certain general goals. He was a charter member of the movement. An optical illusion of motion produced by viewing a rapid succession of still pictures of a moving object. The succession of flashing lights gave an illusion of movement. A natural event that involves a change in the position or location of something. A general tendency to change, as of opinion. A broad movement of the electorate to the right. A change of position that does not entail a change of location. Movement as a sign of life. A series of actions advancing a principle or tending toward a particular end. The movement to end slavery. A major self-contained part of a symphony or sonata. The second movement is slow and melodic. The act of changing the location of something. The movement of cargo onto the vessel. The driving and regulating parts of a mechanism, as of a watch or clock. It was an expensive watch with a diamond movement. Several related operations aimed at achieving a particular goal, usually within geographical and temporal constraints. Go on a campaign. Go off to war. Run, stand, or compete for an office or a position. A race between candidates for elective office. I managed his campaign for governor. An overland journey by hunters, especially in Africa. Exert oneself continuously, vigorously, or obtrusively to gain an end or engage in a crusade for a certain cause or person. Be an advocate for. A series of actions advancing a principle or tending toward a particular end. He supported populist campaigns. Any entity that produces an effect or is responsible for events or results. Give rise to. Cause to happen or occur, not always intentionally. Cause a commotion. A comprehensive term for any proceeding in a court of law whereby an individual seeks a legal remedy. Cause to do. Cause to act in a specified manner. A series of actions advancing a principle or tending toward a particular end. They worked in the cause of world peace. A justification for something existing or happening. He had no cause to complain. Events that provide the generative force that is the origin of something. They are trying to determine the cause of the crash. Hitting a golf ball off of a tee with a driver. He sliced his drive out of bounds. The act of applying force to propel something. After reaching the desired velocity, the drive is cut off. A journey in a vehicle, usually an automobile. He took the family for a drive in his new car. Force into or from an action or state, either physically or metaphorically. He drives me mad. Have certain properties when driven. My new truck drives well. Move into a desired direction of discourse. A road leading up to a private house. They parked in the driveway. Cause to move back by force or influence. strive and make an effort to reach a goal. A series of actions advancing a principle or tending toward a particular end. The team was ready for a drive toward the pennant. A wide scenic road planted with trees. The Riverside Drive offers many exciting scenic views. Travel or be transported in a vehicle. Proceed along in a vehicle. We drive the turnpike to work. A mechanism by which force or power is transmitted in a machine. A variable speed drive permitted operation through a range of speeds. A physiological state corresponding to a strong need or desire. Cause someone or something to move by driving. Cause to function by supplying the force or power for or by controlling. The amplifier drives the tube. Cause to move rapidly by striking or throwing with force. Drive the ball far out into the field. Compel somebody to do something, often against his own will or judgment. Computer science. A device that writes data onto or reads data from a storage medium. Excavate horizontally. Drive a tunnel. Hit very hard, as by swinging a bat horizontally. Drive a ball. Hunting, chase from cover into more open ground. Drive the game. Hunting, search for game. Drive the forest. Move by being propelled by a force. Operate or control a vehicle. Drive a car or bus. Push, propel, or press with force. Sports. A hard straight return, as in tennis or squash. Strike with a driver, as in teeing off. Drive a golf ball. The act of driving a herd of animals overland. The trait of being highly motivated. His drive and energy exhausted his coworkers. To compel or force or urge relentlessly or exert coercive pressure on, or motivate strongly. She is driven by her passion. Urge forward. Drive the cows into the barn. Work as a driver. He drives a bread truck. Exert oneself continuously, vigorously, or obtrusively to gain an end or engage in a crusade for a certain cause or person. Be an advocate for. A series of actions advancing a principle or tending toward a particular end. Any of the more or less continuous military expeditions in the 11th to 13th centuries when Christian powers of Europe tried to recapture the Holy Land from the Muslims. Go on a crusade. Fight a holy war. Earnest and conscientious activity intended to do or accomplish something. Made an effort to cover all the reading material. Use of physical or mental energy, hard work. He got an A for effort. A series of actions advancing a principle or tending toward a particular end. Contributed to the war effort. A notable achievement. The book was her finest effort. A change for the better, progress in development. A condition superior to an earlier condition. The new school represents a great improvement. The act of improving something. Their improvements increased the value of the property. Change in physical makeup. Set straight or right. To make better. Make amendments to. Amend the document. Make from scratch. Make from scratch. The act of improving yourself. The act of improving yourself. Interpret the moral meaning of. Moralize a story. Speak as if delivering a sermon. Express moral judgments. Improve the morals of. Interpret the moral meaning of. Speak as if delivering a sermon. Express moral judgments. Improve the morals of. A redistribution of agricultural land, especially by government action. Figurative. The act of reforming by the removal of unwanted personnel or practices or conditions. More housecleaning is in store at other accounting firms. The act of cleaning the rooms and furnishings of a house. Efficient housecleaning should proceed one room at a time. Indulgence in moral pronouncements. The exposition, often superficially, of a particular moral code. The act of making moral, or more moral.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.